Hey, it's Vince Del Monte. Welcome back to another episode of Becoming an Entrepreneur. And today you're gonna hear of a story of a man who's gone through more tests and trials than anyone should in their life. And when he started following my online fitness business many years ago, he was trying to model what I was doing to create his own. But he didn't have a vision, he didn't have a mission, and he didn't have clear values on what he wanted to create for himself, so he struggled. And when he sought me out many years ago for help, I truly thought, this guy is not cut out for this business. Today, we're gonna find out what's happened.
I'll never forget in 2001, I was going through a very traumatic time in my life. I had a brother that I was very, very close to. He was like my best friend. We were 13 months apart. And we were kind of in the party scene, we were kind of experimenting with different, drugs and stuff like that. And one day I get a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning, and one of my brother's friends told me that he had passed out. They took him to the hospital. So we rushed down there and they told us that he had overdosed on drugs and he actually passed away. So I was so devastated, I had no idea. And then I actually had a coworker introduce me to the gym. So he was kind of trying to help me get my mind off of things, so I started working out. And I never was a guy who, stayed fit or worked out. So years later, in about 2008, I kind of ran into Vince Del Monte, and he, when he had his first muscle building program. So I downloaded it, I took it to the gym, started working out, started getting some pretty amazing results. And then I was just really drawn to his lifestyle. So I started really following his lifestyle, and I thought, man, that's something I would love to do, because at the time I was in a job that I just hated, and it just didn't fit. I was a former bakery manager at a local grocery store here in Florida, and I just felt like this just doesn't make sense. I'm working in the most unhealthy industry in the grocery store, and here I am, a guy talking to my coworkers about fitness. So that's when I decided to just take that leap. And I was already sold, because I had followed Vince for so long. He kind of built that trust factor, so I already trusted him. When I got with Vince on the phone and we talked about joining this mastermind, he kind of gave me a mind shift and says, we need to leave the ebook thing behind and let's focus on something, on coaching. And I'm kind of an introvert by nature. I don't like being in big groups, and I don't like I like being alone to myself. And I thought, closing on the phone, that's a kind of an interesting thing. I've never done anything like that. And as I was doing it, I couldn't believe it. I started in June, and then by like August, I had got my first 12 clients. I was like, whoa, this actually works this easy? I couldn't believe it. And the rest is history. I'm still continuing to get clients right now, and I'm helping a lot of people in the process, and it just keeps growing and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Since joining the mastermind, there's been times where I've made more in one day that used to take me 3 weeks at my previous employer. So that was just like over a 20-minute phone call. That's all it took, compared to working 50 hours every week at my job that I just absolutely hated. I'm hoping that, as I grow this business, I'm gonna hit that 6-figure mark. I know that Vince has this goal that he wants 50 people in the mastermind to go over that 6 figures, and I wanna be one of those 50 people, and I'm about determined that I'm gonna do it. Sometimes it's hard to be able to see your future. There's a lot of uncertainty, you're scared, you're not really sure. But the thing is, and I tell my current students that I have that are in my program that, like, hey, sometimes you gotta take that risk. You have to. It's like, why play it safe? Like, you'll never know unless you at least step out and give it a shot. Because I didn't want to come to the end of my life thinking, I wish I would have done that. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I didn't want to live my life that way. So I felt like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see where it goes. And to this day, it was the best decision I've ever made.
Get a coach. Get a coach. You can't do it alone.
You told Tim this.
Yes, I did 4 years ago.
And Tim, you didn't listen.
And I didn't listen. I didn't listen.
I listened to the wife.
If you're ready to simplify your business, get rid of all the complex so that you can multiply and you can impact more people, there's a link on the screen or in the description below, and we would love the chance to help you get clarity on your one audience, your one product, your one conversion tool, your one funnel. We give it time like we give in Tim, and you guys are gonna make it happen. Fill that application out right now, and we'll talk to you soon.